Hi, my name's Andrew, and I'm going to show you a technique that I use with young people, usually students between the ages of 8 and 12, who are starting to figure out what their LD, learning disability, means to them. Maybe they have ADHD or some sort of processing issue, and they need help to become more successful in their school environment. They might be starting to pull away from school because they've got a lot of negative feedback. Um, and so they need to start getting back in there. They need to start feeling successful again. And so I've got a technique that I call the executive functioning pirate ship. And let me just talk about how I get from a conversation to a pirate ship. And this pirate ship, oddly enough, is helping them solve their problems, solve the barriers they're running into in the classroom setting or other settings. But we're just going to talk about the classroom today. So I'll just start by painting a pretend character for you. His name is Jack, and Jack is 11 years old. And Jack does really well in team environments like hockey, where he's playing. He's very focused on. He maybe has some social hiccups. Gets very frustrated, but on the whole, great member of the team. And then even in the school environment and classes like science or gym, again doing well because there's lots of team, lots of activity, emotion going on there. But when it comes to the slower, more sit-down focus classes like English, language, mathematics, he's not doing so well at all. He's actually getting lots of negative feedback. He's fiddling or fidgeting too much in class. He's talking back to the teacher. He's taking too many breaks. He's distracting the other students. And so I might ask Jack, Jack, what do you like more? Do you like pirates or do you like soccer teams? And Jack might say, I like pirates. And then I say, okay, Jack, draw me just a pirate ship. And so Jack draws me a pirate ship. And I say, okay, Jack, now I need you to draw me 6 pirates. But before you draw them for me, I'm going to teach you about the 6 different jobs that these pirates have. And those 6 jobs are going to be executive functions. And so the executive functions that I might start with, and they could change depending on who the client is. But for the purposes of Jack, it'll be task initiation, focus, organization, flexibility, self-regulation, time management. And I spend a bit of time with Jack trying to get a sense of what does he think each of these jobs mean, and then offering him some additional information when he's a bit off. So for example, organization, most people, especially kids, will think organization means how neat and tidy their backpack is, which is kind of true, but it's also about how they approach a problem. For example, like when they get homework and they have 10 math questions, do they do like 5 questions, take a break, go back, do the other 5? That's organizing how they're going to do the work. Or do they just like try and give up and leave it because they haven't chunked it in the right way? So it's a collaborative process where Jack and I would develop an idea of what each executive function is, and then I say, okay, Jack, now can you map on each function onto a different pirate? And we're going to give them cool names that we're not just going to call them these plain old task initiation or whatever. We're going to find cool names that like cool pirate names, and so together. Jack and I make up this pirate ship, and so we got captain regulation at the top because that's self-regulation, and self-regulation's job is to look at all the other functions, make a judgment on how they're doing and what they need to get better. We've got sure organization, we've got T-Man, that's time management, he's sleeping on the job, not doing so well. Hawkeye, so that's focus, he's got the telescope. Superflex, so that's flexibility. The flexibility is finding very different solutions to get to the same goal. And Mr. T, says task initiation, he's at the front of the boat looking forward, seeing where the waves are and doing what needs to be done to start to get over the wave. And so and it's okay, so Jack, tell me how your pirate ship does in like hockey. Like when you're playing hockey, Jack, what are all your different pirates doing to make it work out well? And Jack might tell me about how he's using Superflex to figure out how to get past a certain defender that's really good. So maybe he's passing when he usually wouldn't pass. Maybe he's using Mr. TI, so task initiation, to do like all the practice drills that are kind of super boring. He needs to start the task every day. Maybe his coach says, "Okay, Jack, you need to take 20 shots every evening." And so Jack uses task initiation to get out of his house and start taking those shots. So that's an area that Jack's doing well in. I usually try to start with a strong point, and then I might go into the area that Jack's not doing so well. And so, Jack, how is your pirate ship doing in math class? And then so Jack might share, he knows his focus pirate, Hawkeye, is not doing so well. But he might have some other pirates that are able to help. Like maybe we can use the power of Superflex to try to figure out, okay, so how can Superflex help out Hawkeye? How can we find different solutions, different ways of doing things so that Focus can be able to do his job and be more focused? And so, because oftentimes kids with an ADHD or some sort of LD, they don't want to do things differently than their peers. They don't want to seem uncool. They want to be normal, and that's where a lot of the resistance comes from. So we've got to try to find, okay, what's something that you're comfortable doing in class, Jack, that would help you out, but it wouldn't make you feel like an outcast. And so for example, a lot of in the psychology assessment recommendations, you'll see, like, wearing the noise canceling headphones. No kid wants to wear most kids don't want to wear noise canceling headphones. So we got to find out more creative ideas that Jack can do. And so maybe Jack can think of something like, maybe he has like an Apple Watch or something that could vibrate, and maybe get time to vibrate every 5 minutes in math class, so that, and every time it vibrates, he kind of knows, oh, I gotta pay attention. And so it's kind of like a reminder. So there's lots of like things that once we get creative, we can find lots of different things that Jack can do to help out focus or Hawkeye in math class. And then it's about getting the environment, people like me, his caregivers, parents, his teacher involved in supporting a consistent routine of using those help aids. And the really important thing is that this is an activity that comes from Jack. It's like it builds intrinsic motivation to help him reach a goal that he has, and I find it to be pretty successful. And I hope that it kind of has sparked some ideas for you and your child. And feel free to ask a question. I've got an inquiry box at the bottom of my website. And yeah, thanks for watching.